I'm from the jail. What the hell, dude? Are you in jail right now? This is my jail theme. What? Hey, what's up? By the way, everybody, I wasn't meaning to start talking to you this fast. I was gonna be. You're in Tool jail. I was gonna start all mysterious and just like have a little mood for myself here, but I wanted to chat here also somehow. So, but can I make this smaller? Anyway, let's start with some music soon. Okay. ADHD is going great. Thanks to ADHD, I'm doing this right now. I have the house for myself. My spouse is out for the night, and the kids aren't here, so it's just me and the cats. And now I've lost the chat. So anyway, I basically just opened a session that I've been working on. And it has some I have the vinyl crackle going on in the background. By the way, tell me if you can't really hear. Can you hear the vinyl crackle going on in the back? The vinyl crackle loop? Let me know, and that's a pretty good indicator of me to know if I should raise the volume here or something before we start making some music. Greetings to Brazil and Mexico! I was gonna say something in Spanish. That would have just felt super racist and awkward. So, I'm sorry. I don't even know any Spanish. I am such a dad. Anyway, what is this? Oh, this is Ableton. Oh yeah, this is a session I was working on. This is like background music for like a podcast thing I did where two people talk to each other and they need like a homely, like a cozy theme going on in the background. So this is what I'm making for that. I was wondering what the fuck this is and why there's vinyl crackle. But anyway, we have a piano. Right, of course I know Spanish. I sang Asesino. You know what? I met Tony Campos from Asesino. I met him like 12 years ago. He was in Soulfly, and they came to Finland, and I went to their show, and I ended up hanging the entire night basically with the Cavalera kids and Tony Campos. And I said to Tony, look, the only Spanish I know is Traga mis mecos. And he really appreciated it. He actually taught me how to properly drink a Corona, what to do with the lime when you put it in the beer, and then you hold it like this, and then you release the thing. Yeah, I learned stuff from Mr. Asesino. That's pretty cool. What's up? No, I don't work in IT. I actually used. Maybe I'll make a video on this, explaining further. But I actually used to work as a teacher in early education. That was my career path for 15 years, and I just ended it 2 months ago. I said I didn't really say anything. I just felt that, you know what, enough. I've given so much of my time to other families, to fixing dysfunctional people, their families, all this shit, and it just started pouring out of my ears. So now I'm working with music stuff from home, and I also have students. I teach music instruments too, and we get by in my family. I'm gonna start studying blacksmithing actually this year, and hopefully turn that into something I can also start doing eventually. Fuck the rules. Oh, here's the basic. The bass line. Cause I gotta come in at the right time. Hang on, no. This is. There we go. Yeah. Not the bass line. Oh, that's cool. Nice, that's cool. It's pretty chill, right? This isn't good chill shit. And once we're in the party mood, I have some party bangers lined up here, so don't fret. We're starting off with a chill vibe to start with. Of course. I wish I had someone here right now who could actually play the piano. This begs for a really good not funky but soulful electric piano solo, right? I can't do it, but I could try. Mostly I just mostly like playing a chord and sitting on it for a vibe. I don't like that shit. Not just because I cannot, but because I don't want to. What's this? Oh. Nah. It's better with the. It's better without the case. We're in F, so this is, I can play the Lydian scale real easy over this. The Lydian scale is my favorite scale. It's so close to the major scale, it's just got this note in there. This is the major scale. But the Lydian. Amazing music, right? There we go. Doni. I don't even know what. I don't even know what DONI is. Is that some sort of a sexual thing? In that case, no. I don't like any sexual thing. Yeah. Oh, he's a pianist. I don't know him. I'm really bad at I'm really bad at watching a lot of YouTube. I typically just watch the same channels that I've been watching since like 2012. And then because there's so many YouTubers and just people making so much good content that I don't feel like it's like any one of them is really worth following, because so many are like making funny haha videos with music stuff, and so many are making like very impressive music video stuff like instruments and stuff. So I just always have those videos show up in my YouTube feed, so I don't need to like follow anyone in particular. But what does he do? He's a pianist. Cool. Let's light some candles, by the way. There's one candle here, but let's make some more. Let's make some more candles, guys. Scented candle. Salt cave. Fucking salt mines. Oh my god. That'll give you a migraine. No? Okay, there we go. Can you see the candles in the shot? Are they nice? Can you see them? They're scented candles. But the scent is salt. What the fuck was it? Salt mine? No, it was a salt cave. Oops. Yeah, salt cave. It smells like a department store apparently in the salt cave. Hey, Mike. Mike. Oh, good to have you. By the way, Flores LD. Tell us a little something about yourself, because you are one of those people who have been around on my channel since forever, and I remember because of I think I've said this 1,000 times. I have like a photographic memory type of thing when it comes to like remembering people's handles, and I just, of course, also remember also your avatar, the Terra Incognita thing. Anyway, while you're typing up a essay of yourself, then I can show off my matches. Look at these. Suomi tulitikut. Hey, you Marcus. What's up? Let me turn the music up. Okay, I'll give you a little insight into how I make music, basically, or how I make music with electronic music, as I like to call it. I call this electronic music because I am a huge fan of early to. This is also I said a bunch of times, but a huge fan of early to mid '90s, specifically British electronic music, because I have two older sisters who were very savvy. They were at the same time very aware of what's going on musically globally, but they were also like hipsters or elitists. So they got into Prodigy before Prodigy was cool, right? And they got into like these underground British moves. They'd like have, I don't know, probably like they had pen pals from like London mailing them like music magazines from 94, 95 and stuff, and CDs and mixtapes, cassettes mostly, of course. I think all of them were mixtapes on cassettes. But for sure, no CD burning at that time. And I would listen to the stuff and I would love it, and it was stuff like early Prodigy, early Fatboy Slim once 96 came around, and stuff. And it's just really something that has always resonated with me, is just like chill and sometimes weird and aggressive, like electronic music. And I especially like it because it is so clear. I love when you have, for example, a percussion sample, and then you layer another percussion sample on top of it, and then how they work in conjecture. Then you throw in a bass line, and then just how the all the layers end up. You can keep layering forever, as long as you know how to complement what's already in the track. And it's like a puzzle. It's like I love it. So for example, for this one, this track just playing in the background, which, as I mentioned, is going to be the background track for a podcast thing. It's not my podcast. It's someone I'm making this music for. It's like I was like, I want this like homely, cozy theme. So of course I was like, hey, you know what? There's these like vinyl crackle sample loops. This one, you throw that on top of something, and everything immediately becomes like a vibe. And then this piano, just like this eternal chord progression, not really a chord progression. And it has that dreamy feel. It's like not clear at all, not like a clean grand piano or something. It's just like a dreamy, dreary piano type thing. So then we had, that's piano. What do we need then? A drum loop, but not an intrusive drum loop. I had one with the kick, but I felt like the kick was too much, like this one. I didn't realize, it feels too heavy, so I opted for this instead. And it's really got everything you need, really. I mean, you get the rhythm, and the piano chords are sort of handling boom, boom, like the rhythm of a kick drum anyway. So then, of course, what you need though is a couple of bass hits right here. No, that's the wrong spot. I'm gonna have to time this properly. I'm gonna have to try to time this properly. I don't know how. No, hang on, this is tough. Here we go. Boom. So we got nothing. It's kind of just finding the spaces and figuring out what to fill them with. We got piano, piano, snare, bass. Snare, piano, snare, bass, snare, right? But we do have this empty spot here. Here, nothing's happening there. And that's why we put in some bells there. See? Another element. Right, so then we have piano, snare, bass, snare, bells, snare. Right? It feels very, to me, this is, to me, in my ears, how I approach this. It feels, I just like it when things keep flowing in a pleasant way. Oh, you're Dutch, Floris. Fucking Floris. That would have been my next question. Is where are you from, Floris? And then once we feel the need to spice this segment up a bit, we drop a little weird, like eerie pad in there. I love this, by the way. This pad is the best thing about this. Let me crank it up a bit. Solo time. That's my solo. Pretty awful, actually. Look, it's the Doors. I'm a pro. And with an F. There we go. How'd you like that solo? I'm also a, you mentioned Domi, she's a prodigy. Well, I'm also a keyboard prodigy, as you can tell. Speaking of prodigy. It is Ray Manzarek. It's me. It's me and Bobby Krieger and John. What's his name? Fuck. Come on. Bobby Krieger, Roy Manzarek, and John. Come on, I got this. I want to say John. Yeah, John Densmore. I want to say Bill Densmore. Yeah, it's John Densmore. Thank you. I was gonna say John Longstreth, the extreme metal drummer. That's not the same John that played in the Doors. Could have been. But yeah, I am Manzarek. Here we go. Oh, check this move. All right, should we move on from this chill track to something less chill? Are you in the party mood already? I'm starting to feel a bit partying over here. wish I had this. I wish I had this vinyl crackling sample just following me around everywhere. I wish I had it in every session, but this is, I think, the only session that I have it in. Let's see, what else do we have? We're probably gonna come into this as what have I made here lately? Or not even lately, just what have I made, period. What is this? I think this is something that never became anything. Oizo, what the fuck? Or maybe it did. Hang on. Oh, what's this one? This is actually pretty cool. Wait, I think I've used this in the background of my my recent videos. I've used a couple different tracks for that, for those videos. I think this one is one of those. What if I just hit play? No, let's just... Okay, you get a live performance of me. But I don't remember what these fucking tracks are, but we'll find out as we go along, okay? Starting with, of course. Of course, I'm gonna check the view for a bit. Yeah, the view's pretty good. Why? Hey, who told that thing to start? Where did the fucking clapping come from? Why is it the whole song playing? I didn't want that. I just want... okay, now I'll do the live arrangement. Sorry. Is this the clap? No. Okay. Fear God. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I've forgotten how to use this fucking software. How do I just create and stop it from actually performing like a recorded version of this? Man, this is so good right now. I'm doing such a good job. What is this then? Okay, there are little claps. Okay, fine. Okay. What if I just... Right. Oh, now I get it. Okay. Anyway, let's pretend you're at a club or something. No, not a club. Pretend you're in a cool place. And this is what you hear. So you have a little lopsided groove like this. And then you're like, well, how could you fill this up? What can you put in here to make it sound a little better and a little more complete and groovy? Well, you toss in some claps. And a... Right, works great. I'm trying to find the bass, sorry. Where the fuck is the bass? Nope. 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 Nailed it. Okay. Sorry. Ignore everything you just heard. Let's just write it with the bass. What's up, everybody? You just missed Jarl Trippin and Red River. You just missed me listening to. I mean, I'm sorry if you've been here before, prior to this minute, but I opened up with a cool little, really cool, chill vibe, and then I went into this weird shit. Now, this one's not very good. But I figured let's get this out of the way because it's something. Any advice on turning small things like this into full tracks? I have about 300 of these things and no complete tracks. Yeah, I mean, I'd say really, it depends on how you regard music, and listening to more stuff that does not adhere to a traditional, intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, outro formula, really starts making it easier for you to create music. I mean, you can really break it down and think of, well, what makes music music? What makes a song a song? Does a song need to have a chorus? Does it need to have a verse? Does it need to have repetition? Can it just keep evolving and never loop back? Because I've been, for the past maybe a couple of years, I've been really into this guy called William Basinski. If anyone knows William Basinski, let me know in the chat, because he's like, I fell in love with him when I discovered his works, and it's tough to describe, but it's not ambient. It's so out there, and I wouldn't call anything that he's done musically a song. I have favorite pieces on his CDs that I listen to, but his music, for example, is not songs. It's just music. And where I'm going with this is, I mean, you asking, or you thinking that your ideas aren't good enough to be complete tracks. Well, who says they're not complete tracks? If you have a cool idea, I mean, speaking of like old electronic music, a cool idea is often all it took or all it takes to have a very solid, like 6-minute track. Just like one idea that is so confidently presented that it just, it becomes a track. Right? Oh, fuck, I'm losing my train of thought here. But yeah, I think my and it's also like coming from what's it called, the Last FM era of music listeners. Me, that is. I mean, when Last FM came, I made it my mission to have, I designed my music listening time. I designed my days pretty much to maximize like the coolness of my Last FM charts, right? I'd want people, wherever I like posted my, or had my like weekly Last FM or monthly, whatever, embedded in like the mid 2000s or something. It had to be as cool as possible. So I would actually, like, if I listened to something that I didn't want people seeing that I'd listen to, I'd turn off Last FM when I was like listening to fucking, I don't know what, like Iron Maiden in my Winamp. And it became such a like self-serving thing for me. And that's, again, that was pretty cool actually, because that's how I found out a lot of cool like not known underground bands that I wanted to have show up in my life. It's fucking ridiculous, but it's the truth. I wanted to have these cool underground bands show up in my Last FM feed so that, so that people would think I'm cool. Probably. Who the fuck thinks you're cool because you listen to something that no one has ever heard of? But that's how my brain thought things were when I was like 18. But yeah, and then where am I going with this? Yeah, and then of course over the years, Last FM completely lost all relevance. But it took me a while to get off that mentality of, okay, when I have a limited amount of time in my day to listen to music, I need to make it music that I collect like Last FM streams from. Like, it's a miracle that I listen to as much Neurosis as I have listened to Neurosis, because I mean, say you have 45 minutes in an evening to just sit down and listen to music, you're gonna get through like 3 Neurosis tracks, right? And that's not a lot of streams for Last FM. That's just 3 points, so to speak. It's fucking, as I said, it's fucking ridiculous, man. But yeah, now that I think I've been disconnected from like Last FM for years, and most of my music listening is on CDs now. Um, I just listen to CDs in the car, and it feels so liberating to be like, yeah, you know what? This music that I'm hearing right now is just for me. It's not going to some fucking database somewhere. I'm not listening to this album to get like cool points up in the Last FM charts or whatever. And it's this has really helped me. I have a point with this, okay? Bear with me. This has helped me get into artists and music, which is like past songs, okay? It's past songs, it's past track listing, it's past even track names. Because music can be anything. Music can be just this in the background. This is a bullshit loop that I've just had on for fucking 10 minutes now. But it's music and my ear is hearing it and I like it. And that's also like why I listen to a lot of stuff that I just make nowadays, because I can make stuff that feels pleasing for me to listen to. So, you know, Red Rivok, you're absolutely the person in charge of deciding what your tracks are, what your music is. If it's a 6-minute drum loop with nothing else than a drum loop, then that's your fucking music. And if you like listening to that, then you do like music listening to it. And then, of course, we all have to face the reality of, okay, but who is gonna want to listen to this? Well, if that's your concern, then either go all in and become like try to make some of the most mainstream shit and get through all the connections and stuff to get into the mainstream, or then discard that thought completely and just make stuff that you think sounds dope. Yeah. Okay, I need to evolve this track somehow. Oh, my mouse died. No, anyway. I know exactly what we need. This. I'm just gonna let this groove play because I like this groove. Something's happening. I'll leave you in scary suspense for a second. Yeah, you're all tripping. You got it. That is absolutely, you got it. And also, the more I do stuff like this and listen to weird atmospheric stuff, which is more like a 45-minute soundscape than a song that I want to put on because I want to hear the good bit in the chorus. There's so much space and there's so much time and opportunity for your brain to start, like in this repetitive stuff, for your brain to start soaking it up and creating, as you said, like visuals, even atmosphere, scenery, stuff. Yeah, I think definitely we're all, by popular design, we're all like so far removed from being able to take in music like in the old days, in the times of like classical stuff or operas or whatever, where you go, you had like a classical movement which is like 20 minutes long, and you'd sit there and be like, and imagine the birds and whatever the fuck. That's what you sure did. But yeah, it's still doable nowadays. You can make your own stuff where you can look up stuff that someone else has made and just like sit with it for a long time. We need some claps again. Bring back the clap. Bring back the clap. That was not good. Flugmorph in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are we going? What's gonna happen next? Oh no, I hope it's nothing scary. Oh! No, it's just this. Oh man, Flugmorph, if you think this slaps, this is like the worst thing I've made. But thank you though. And yes, Silent Hill soundtrack the goat stuff. Resident Evil, a little more cheesy, but still also goat stuff. Is anyone else having a drink? Or is it super early where you are? Oh yeah, and dude, there for sure. Okay, so I presume that most of us are adults here, and in our adult lives, we have to start dividing our free time, which is a lot of the time not even free time really. We have to start dividing that into increments, like pockets of time where we might want to use that little pocket of time to listen to music in. And if you have like, yeah, let's say 20 minutes a day to listen to music, and you actually prefer, you decide to, yes, I'm not gonna watch a 20-minute TV show episode, or I'm not gonna take a dump, I'm gonna listen to music, then you might wanna like pack those 20 minutes as full of musical content as you want, so you listen through a bunch of 3-minute pop songs. That's awesome. I mean, there's so much good pop music out there as well, and I do think that it's a luxury. It's definitely a luxury to be able to even sit down for an entire like movement of fucking classical music or something. But I mean, you can always, or not, you can always, but you could try to maximize, like also taking in longer forms of music. Like if you commute to work, then on the commute like train or bus, or if you drive to work, then, or whatever, you know. Yeah, I just haven't for the and everything in my life is, I wouldn't say is a phase, but everything in my life comes and goes in like cycles. So I have this period now, and then later on I'm gonna have like a what the fuck, everything is boring, I need to listen to like baby metal, strictly baby metal from like morning to noon, more like morning to midnight. They have a song called like, no, they have a, is it Doki, no, it's Doki Doki Morning and then something midnight. It's fucking great. Am I correct? Is the Rondo alla Mid? No, man, baby metal is fucking awesome. I haven't listened to the latest album, which I don't think even is new anymore, but like the one with Karate. Fucking great, dude. Yeah. I love Christian Bellino. I like how you go from Tool eulogy, Trump 2024. That, yeah, that's how basic Tool fans. I don't give a shit about, actually I do give a shit about, I'm not gonna get into politics, but suffice to say, I live in a country which borders another country, and I'm raised by people who killed and fought in said, or versus said country, and I'm raised on just complete hatred towards the country, to the point where I shouldn't probably be getting into this on stream. I'll get like banned or whatever. But it was at the point where you know, my dad and would having these really harsh opinions about this country, and I was like feeling that this was unfair. Like, how could you judge an entire country of people like this, and then blah blah blah, and then ta-da! And now it's, my dad was right all along, it seems. But let's not get into that anymore, shall we? Let's move on to the next track. Thank you very much. That was a great way to end that shit song. Okay, what do we have? Oh, this is nuts. This one is fucking crazy. It's so crazy, in fact, that I opened it up today and was like, Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember the like state of complete insanity I was in when I made this. Okay, so I was up for like I don't know. It was during the holidays a couple of weeks ago. Um, what the hell? Yeah, like after Christmas, I was drinking Christmas beers. Everyone was in bed, and I was like, I'm gonna make some music. And I think I was like overdosing on the Christmas spirit and the all the bullshit. So I opened this session up today. I was like, what is this? And yeah, well, I mean, I'm hyping it up, but check this out. I don't even know because I got a few. It's got a few different elements. There's not a lot going on because I did this for a while and then I think I passed out from all my Christmas beers. But I don't even know what to start. Should I ease you into it or just like go right into what is this? I don't know what this is. Okay. You know what? Let's start with that, okay? Because I don't think I'll be using this later on in this piece. So just. Let it simmer. Let it simmer. All right, enough simmering. Give it a break. One, two, three, four. Give me that bass. Are you feeling the party already? Hey, let's do the vintage break. I'm glad you've never heard anything like this, but also sad because there's so much music out there that sounds like this. No, way better. I mean, this is the sort of stuff that I was referencing when I said, I grew up on like the crazy '90s electronic music from the British Isles. It was breakbeats. Well, this drum loop is actually pretty modern. This part. That wouldn't cut it. That's not very authentically '90s sounding. But this bass line totally is, and I'm happy. Yeah, this will be. Thank you for the kind words. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you're glad you're sober. I was not sober when I was making this. I mean, I don't use anything else. Other than, I should. This is very good, by the way. Very professional, or very nice. Good of me to be like drinking on. Is it even allowed to drink? Is it allowed to drink alcohol on YouTube? I don't know. I've done it before. It's fine. It's a couple of beers, whatever. But yeah, okay. Pausing this for a bit because, hey, do I have any death grips I think Flugmorph, you're into Death Grips, am I right? Or you at least know them? Because this one sound here is I totally made a Death Grip sound. It's from I let it play for a bit. I let it loop for a bit, and let me know if it reminds you of some part of a Death Grip song. Wipeout. Dude, the PS1, awful games mostly. Dude, I hate the first generation of, I think it's, I might be getting the terminology wrong, but polygonal games. Yeah, the PS1, and then to a lesser extent, Nintendo 64. Those games pretty much aren't very good now, but that really, like, from from the PlayStation 1 until video games started using licensed music and like actual super music, like real music in their games in, like, I don't know, like 2005 or something. That was like the best time for music. And I'm sorry, there's still so many good video game OSTs out there. That's also something I listen to a lot, is just video game soundtracks, both from current games to games from the 90s, because that is also, that I forgot to say, I didn't even realize it, but that is something that's inspired me also massively, is old video game soundtracks. But yeah, this bit, it's like the, it's not identical, but the latter half, it's like the System Blower. It has like, right? System Blower chorus, I think, or something. The outro. Anyway, fuck it. Welcome to the Salt Cave, Salt Mine, whatever. How? Yeah, give it that Death Grip. Okay. What if I was to tell you that that's not the craziest part of this song? This song. See, dude, you were worried earlier that how could you turn your ideas into complete songs? Just think of them, present them as songs. Here's a drunken, shitty idea with like 4 or 5 different different building blocks, and I'm presenting it as a song right now. Believe in yourself. Music isn't holy, and it's not to be held to such a amazingly high standard that you feel that you need to validate your own music to yourself before you, for example, are to brand it as a song, like a complete piece. I love you and I believe in you, and just let it rip. Anyway. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I love this actually. I'm very happy I made this that one night after Christmas. The end. Wow. Okay, let's take it down a notch. Um, let's open another one. Um, you know what? I only got. I do this using Ableton in this Swissonic Easy Key 25, which this one I only got super recently, or well, halfway through. Starting to make these. So the first ones that I made in Ableton, I used just the mouse and keyboard interface. Is this the first one I did? I mean, it sucked. Is this it? Hang on. What the fuck? There's nothing going on here, so it's probably not. Is it this? Because it ended up being pretty good. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, this is the first thing that I did in Ableton, like a month ago, last month or so. I only started using this software like a month ago. So when I made Beaks recently, I mean that was completely analog, so to speak. I used my guitar and then just through guitar effects, and I like post effects. I achieved that stuff. But hey, what's it called? Flugmorph. See ya. Have a good one. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Jarl. This, if I recall, the videos after you're done with your live session, they get uploaded to your channel. So this video will be on the channel. But are you talking about the songs specifically? If I'm gonna upload the songs to in like a video form to my YouTube channel. Okay, so this is the first thing that I did in Ableton. It's way different from this, and it's actually pretty cool. I think I'm trying to remember the arrangement, like, because here basically all I have here is like the different building blocks, the different instrumental loops, and I want to trigger them in the correct order. I don't want to have like a drum fill start out of nowhere because I want to have the choir. Luckily, it's called a choir, so here we go. In case you're wondering, this is the tempo. Okay, so we're taking it down a notch from the ADHD infueled beer schizophrenic mess that we just listened to. Always gotta have that percussion loop. Always. There's no no electronic music as good without percussion loops in the background. And then comes the kicker. Y'all ready for this? Hey Dad Science, catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by. And hey, we're gonna choir back. As you can tell, as I was making this, I wasn't feeling confident at all. I didn't have the confidence to just make some straight up like electronic trippy stuff that I like to listen to. I instead approached this from like a more regular type of like a heavy music view. It reminds me of Porcupine Tree for some reason. I love Porcupine Trees, by the way, and Steven Wilson. And then we go into this. Except the drums, so you can hear what's going on there. I think that's the key. What I like most about this arrangement is that little castanet. It also does a little bouncy slow delay. And the pitched beep, 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 beep. That was like a percussion instrument, or like a percussion sample, which I pitched to match the key of the song. And maybe it's that's like giving me these Porcupine Tree vibes. Then you have that Spielur. The first drum loop sounds super lame when you go back to it after that big one. Fuck it, going back to the big one. I think you know what's happening next. There's only one way to go from here, and that is this one actually started out with the with that bass line. It doesn't sound very bassy actually, because of what frequencies I chose to use. But this one, I'll single it out. This is all the bass line, all the same. Let's see, what did I did here? Oh yeah? Yeah, so it started with like, basically I just cranked a lot of stuff for that part. Just boosted all the shit. So I ended up sounding like this. And even though this is very ugly and sounds like nonsense, there's a good rhythm to it. It's a nice, you know. And then, as I said, do not underestimate or understate the use of a percussion sample, right? Because now everything sounds like music, and it's like using these like not old timey, but like 70s, 80s sounding like percussion arrangements. It instantly makes your brain think of music. Okay, let's see where this is going. I hear you, music. You've got some weird shit going on, but I can't not dispute that this is music. It puts that like grounding element into these otherwise alien sounding, often nonsensical landscapes. Yeah, and then no matter how ugly this bass line is, it goes really well with, for example, this. You just gotta hear, as I said earlier on, you gotta hear the spaces. You gotta hear the spaces. Where can I put this? And what notes do I put there? Avoid simultaneous stuff. Oh, we had this arpeggiated thing as well. All right, let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not at all unrelated. I mean, or unrelated to my bullshit, yes, because it's an actual album. But I mean, feel free to go nuts in the chat. Feel free to say anything on your mind. Ask me anything on your mind. Converse with each other. I think that's the coolest part about live stuff is that it's like being in a room with people, and at any moment someone can say, what's up, by the way, and you're like, pretty good. Someone also can say some weird shit, but then we'll all just have to deal with it, okay? Me, and actually I'm pretty sad about how it ended up being, because like 2 days after I uploaded my that first half of Load reaction, which is the only Load video that I uploaded, me and my partner, I coaxed her. No, I told, we were playing, we were getting drunk, okay? Sometimes the kids aren't here, and then we like to cut loose a little, and we drink some wine and we drink some beer and we play Donkey Kong on the Super Nintendo. Because we were playing Super Nintendo, Donkey Kong, we were drinking beer. I was like, hey, by the way, you know what I did the other day? I made a reaction video to Load, and my partner, she's a little older than me, so she's like an old school Load fan. Like when Load came out, she was like I don't know, 16 or something, and she got that album. She's told me so many times, because she used to ask me like, hey, did you ever listen to Load, Franz? And I'm like, no, because I've been listening to Master of Puppets and Justice for All, and the Black Album over the last couple of years. And she's been like, yeah, I had Load and I knew every song off it, but I haven't listened to it in a long time. And then as we were playing Donkey Kong, I was like, you know what? I still have half of the Load album to react to. Should we film it? And we were like, fuck yeah. So I set up the camera and we put on the latter half to Load, and then I filmed us reacting to her. She reacted to it for like the first time in almost like 30 years. What? What the fuck? Is it that long ago? It's 1994, 30 years ago. So 1996 is almost 30 years ago. What the fuck? Anyway, so we filmed listening to Load. It was really hype. We were really drunk. And then when I watched the footage later, we had the music on so loud that we couldn't hear, or the camera couldn't hear anything that what we were saying. So sadly, I couldn't use the footage, and it was so sad. But I do have some adorable snippets of when I just put the camera up, and I hadn't started the recording yet, but I put on the first song. Where's my bitch? No, ain't my bitch. And like watching Tuve, her name is Tuve, my partner, watching her reactions when she hears a song that she vibed out to when she was like 15 for the first time in like almost 30 years, it's amazing. And I think I'll ask her if she's fine with me uploading like her first reaction hearing Load again after all this time. It's like, and her face like that. Then she starts singing along, and it's really cringy. I mean, with the lyrics. Oh man, oh, it's good stuff. So that happened to the Load thing. Also, it might be that since we were, or since I was, shall we say, I was a little drunk at the time, so I don't remember anything musically from the latter half of Load. I can just go back to listening to the latter half of the Load album for the first time, because it's not like anything really stuck when I sat there. Anyway, so that's what happened with the Load album. Samu! Smaugel. Hey, Samu, I'm thinking... Well, last time I saw you in the parking lot, I yelled pretty loud. I rolled down the car window, and you were like... and just walked past. Anyway, what's up? Also, happy birthday. Also, Smaugel, you're an old school/high school buddy of mine. I'm gonna go pee, and meanwhile, please type up some funny story from high school when we went to high school, okay? For example, do you remember some stupid, dumb, embarrassing stuff that I did? I remember a lot of stupid, embarrassing, dumb stuff that I did. Do you have any dumb, embarrassing memories of me? Write it down and let everyone know. I'm gonna go pee, and meanwhile I'll leave you with this track. And once I'm back, I'll switch session. But this one's actually really good. This was the first one I made, and this is actually the best one almost. All right, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Oh no, hang on, I gotta plug in a charger somehow in the phone, so, 1 sec. Glad I caught it. Sorry, but you know what? I'm about to run out of battery. The thing is with having kids is once they get to the age where they have phones and they have iPads and everything, and even though we have 45 fucking chargers in the house, none of them are to be found ever when you need them, because everyone just uses chargers like an idiot. I don't know where the fuck our charger box is full of old fucking micro USB shit. All of our USB-C chargers are somewhere. So I need to keep searching. hope it didn't mess the stream up. No, probably not. Yay, 6% left. Okay. Okay, we're good. I can't wait to see what embarrassing stuff Smaugil is typing up. As I was peeing just now, actually one particular case came to mind, and I was like, oh no, I hope he doesn't write this. But it was pretty funny, actually. I think the most wholesome thing that me and or we did in high school, we weren't like assholes. We were certainly not very popular or like the jocks. We were like post jocks. We were sort of weird, but this one time we got to, and mind you, we were like, or I was at this, because you're 1 year younger than me, right? Smaugil, I think you are. What the fuck what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was definitely 18. So I was already an adult, but we got to school early. It was like 8 a.m. and there wasn't really anyone else in school. And in the on the third floor of our school, there was a long cabinet just along the what's it called, the corridor, the hallway, with stuffed animals. It was like a good, I don't know, on two shelves, sort of. So it had like, I don't know, stuffed birds, stuffed small, just all kinds of animals. A little fox. It was sort of fucked up actually, but yeah. And this morning when we arrived at school, usually it was locked. It had glass sliding doors, right? And but we got to school early one morning and found that the glass sliding doors were unlocked. So naturally, we opened the glass sliding doors and started appropriating a bunch of stuffed animals from within that, those shelves. And we'd place these stuffed animals around the school. We'd put some, the taxidermy cabinets. We'd put some we'd basically put a lot in the bathrooms. So we'd put a little like fucking vole behind the trash can, and like a little bluebird in the sink, and then like a really pissed off looking badger on the toilet seat. And then we just like put all these weird, like all these animals just around the school. I think it was awesome. We had so much fun. And I think my favorite part was putting the baby fox, like a baby fox that we put in the elevator. And then we like had the elevator go up and down between the first and third floor with the fox in it. And that's a very good memory I have from high school. Yeah. Those years were good for something. Anyway, let's go further into my sessions. All right, let's go into the one which, if you've been watching my recent videos, you might recognize this one, because I've been using this a lot in the last couple of videos that I've uploaded. And this one is really good. I like it a lot, but like with everything, I don't remember. Maybe I'll just play it. I'll just play the version that you hear in the videos. Right, then I can break it down later. This one's actually cool. So again, you have a piano thing, and a simple drum thing, and then claps, claps doing the percussion here. And then percussion doing the percussion. Of course. There's a percussion solo going on in the back. You know what? That was a good question to ask. If I've listened to Mountain Goats, I love the Mountain Goats. They are, I mean, John Darnielle and the Mountain Goats are something like, I discovered them in, I think, 2019. Yeah, the summer of 2019, randomly. I typed in, I searched the song on Spotify. As I was typing it in, the artist, I was searching for Cadillac Rom, who's a rapper, rest in peace. And as I was typing in CAD, the song Cadaver Sniffing Dog showed up in the search bar. And I was like, what the fuck? Cadaver Sniffing Dog? And I put it on. Instantly loved it. The next day, I was out drinking, by the way. The next day, woke up. I was like, what the fuck was that Cadaver Dog song? I put it on again, and since then, wow, dude. One of my definitely favorite artists of the last few years. Definitely. Very, very, very good. Oh yeah, I totally get that, listening through from the beginning to the end. It's amazing. And it's so funny, because I was thinking, he sounds kind of familiar. And then I realized, because I looked up the Mountain Goats and John Darnielle, it's like, he is the guy who sang on Aesop Rock's Coffee. Now, Smaugel knows that Victor Lang, and Victor Lang, who's went to high school with us, is our very dear friend, he got into Aesop Rock in like 2000, when None Shall Pass came out, and so in 2007, and we listened to that track, and instantly Coffee was like one of the songs that was super good. So flash forward like 12 years, hearing John Darnielle's voice and being like, wait a fuck, it's him who sings on Coffee. It's amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. Remember the times we used to buy a Rotisserie chicken and a 6 to 12 pack of beer for lunch and go down to the running track? Yeah! The next class we got burrito for smell like alcohol? Yeah! And you know what? I'm glad we can laugh about it now, or sort of, or I can laugh about it now, because I was so filled with anxiety. Like, the only way for me to be able to even be in school was to like drink beer beforehand. And as you remember, Smaugel, I wasn't in school for very long after that, because then the evil headmaster, the principal, called me up, or called me in to her, I was about to say apartment, but her office, whatever, and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, yes, I will stop. And then I just quit and never came back. But I was dealing with so much anxiety, which turned into, once I got old enough to start buying alcohol at 7 a.m., it turned into a problem, because then I had something to get me through. It was bad. It was fucking bad. But I'm glad you graduated. So good job. I know we all of us friends had a bunch of anxiety to deal with, but I feel like I was the only one who was like shitty to the point of just like being destructive almost. But yeah, that was good stuff, I guess. Now, at this point, it's fine. Yeah, Victor was also miserable. But for me, it was, as long as you remember me in school, maybe, but this is how it was. If, sitting in a classroom, if it was a super dry class and no one was fucking around, then that was awful to me. But as soon as I got into some hijinks and someone got into the hijinks with me, then all the anxiety vanished. But it's silly because I remember just sitting in class and trying to like provoke Victor and Alex to like say something funny, do something funny, come on. And it was all about, I needed comfort from them to distract me from the fucking anxiety. And then of course we had some of the classes where it was pretty much just free reign. I could just get up and like turn my fucking desk upside down and just be a shit. And it was all to deal with fucking, yeah. I mean, we got, now, yes, we've passed families, etc. And it's mostly because the school system fucking was garbage. Why the fuck do you need to sit so fucking still and in such a shit place? But anyway, so schools have changed since then. And it's funny because after that I worked 15 years in early education. And actually, I'm glad to say I made some differences. I got things to change for a lot of learning environments by saying, hey, this doesn't work for someone like me, for example. We can't have 20 kids sit down for 25 minutes and expect nothing to happen, because I, as a grown adult, can't sit down for 1 minute. So we need to have a backup. We need to, you know, this stuff. So it's very valuable stuff. Anyway, let's rock this, ride this tune out. Bring it back, actually, because it had a good part. It had a good part. How do I... Oh, there we go. Okay, anyway. Let's look into the building blocks of this song. I really like to call things building blocks now. Building block. Okay, so we have this. I love this loop. It's just a loop, of course, like all this stuff. But it also serves as the bass line. It's like a piano, but it's also so low frequency that I replaced just having a bass line with just this piano line. And it's actually a chord. It's a C major 7 chord. Oh, I can't play it because it's not rigged, but it's a C major 7 chord, which is just pitch bended up more and then down and then. So it creates this whole melody from holding a chord and just bending the pitch. And because I did it organically with this wheel, it has this like off time, and it feels really organic. Like if I put it on the metronome. The cat Moss says like, what the fuck? So that was like the first that was like the first step of this song. And then of course I needed a little bit of this. Great beat that I made with my own tiny hands. Oh my God, what is, I don't remember this. I hope it's embarrassing. What you just wrote. What is this then? Right, and then we have like a pad. Oh, this is the one. This little Rhodes bit is also very good. 5 different percussion loops. One of these, it's like a tabla or something. And then this. Oh my God, Samu, I remember this memory now, and it was actually, am I correct in saying it was at my parents' place when I opened the door? Good times. Hey, what do you know? 15 years later, I actually have a driver's license, and now I do this stupid shit to my own car instead of ruining Victor's car. Oh my God. Holy shit. He had to take the door off. And you know what? A few years after that, I got into a... Oh my God. Someone picked me up from a concert in Helsinki. It was after seeing Gojira in 2012 in Nosturi, the late great Nosturi venue. And I got in the car and I opened the door so hard that I slammed it into a light post. And then I was being an asshole about it as well to the guy. And I know later, now I know the guy who was driving, but that was my first time meeting him. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, sorry, dude. It happens. Oh my fucking God. I have become one of the car guys. Yes. I'm now an actual car guy. Oh my God. Hey, Franz, I'm a fan. Yow! Thanks, Chanoa. Me too. Is it the nonogram or the Slipknot Iowa star thing? Jarl Trippin, tell us some cool story about something. Where are you from? And oh my God, Smaugel. Where are you from and what do you like to do? Okay, I'm changing percussion loop to this now. But this one's bad, so I never use this in the song. It's brown also. Well, here's the claps, iconic claps, and what else? That one's pretty cool. But then we have this. What the fuck is... I used this like once. Oh, it's the intro one? Okay. It's actually pretty funny to look at what have I attempted to use in this song, which we just listened to. I just talked about how this didn't need a bass line because this C major 7 chord, which is just pitch shifted and stretched, it's so low frequency that it serves as a bass line as well. Yes. But there is a bass track in this session. Now, I haven't used this bass track. It's just here. It's, what the fuck? Look at this. Cool. It's just here. So this is what I attempted to use as the bass line at some point in this song. What the fuck? That is like some really grimy bass run through an arpeggiator. Well, hang on. If I arm it here, I can just... Like, this is the octave. What is this song in, like, E? No, it's in, wait, it's in C. No, it's in A, okay? See, so the thing is, you can do lots of cool stuff with stuff like this. especially running through an arpeggiator. But for a bass line, I don't know.